Hello, welcome back to another Monday Tea Talk with Onyi. How's the weekend? I know you had a lovely weekend. Okay, today we'll be talking about being sensitive when dealing with people. Can I take my tea? Why is it very important to be very sensitive when dealing with people? In life, there's this adage that goes that he that wears a shoe knows where the pains are. I wear my shoe, I know where it bites, I know where the pains is at. So we have to be very careful when dealing with people. I don't know your mental state. I don't know what you're going through at every phase in life. So I have to be very sensitive when talking with you. I have to be very cautious when speaking with you. Before we go into the detailed discussion of today, I want to start with a story. It's always better with story, so you analyze an issue very well. I remembered a man, this is a real life story, who was writing a tribute to his son. The son in the suicide letter wrote, "I hope you're happy now. I have achieved what you want." I think the son came back to the father after like an holiday or just went visiting. And the father called him, "What have you achieved at this age of your life? You can see your mates, you can see maybe John, you can see Peter, Luke, have done this, have built houses, have got married, have children, have acquired this wealth, have oil company or whatever. And look at you. You have achieved nothing, you're worthless, you're useless. I don't see you achieving anything." Maybe this is the words of the father to the son. And he finished telling his son everything. He did not know the mental state of his son then. And after he spoke to his son, I think in the night, the son went back and told himself, "Yes, my father told me I'm worthless. Yes, I'm a failure. Yes, I'm this, I've not achieved this. My friends have achieved this. They are this at this time, but I'm not." And he thought that the best solution to end all this was to take his life. That's what he thought is the best. And he took his life, and he now wrote to his father, "I hope you'll be satisfied now that I'm no more there for you to talk to compare me to my friends, that I'm a failure. I hope you'll be happy." And he died. That his father was grieving so much that he had to write it. That he did not know his son's mental state there, his emotional state. But he thought he was talking to him as a father. In life, it's not every time we need to criticize people. We need to always say we can talk. Sometimes people just need a shoulder to lean on. They just need a shoulder. If you know this song called "Lean on Me When You Are Not Strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it will be long. I'm gonna need somebody to lean on." It means some of these people in our everyday life, we just need someone to lean on. There's some stage in your life, we don't need people like us. People do not need criticisms. They don't need comparisons. They don't need people to scold them. They just need a shoulder to lean on. Because in every phase that we're going through in life, it's just with time. So that's why we need to be sensitive talking to people, because you don't know their emotional state then. You don't know what they're going through physically or spiritually or in their health wise. We don't know what they're going through. So it's always better not to always throw the first stone. What have you done, or what have you not done, or what will you do, or what have you not done? Sometimes these people just need a shoulder. It's because it's just a face. Because there's life, there's hope. It's just a face. So we have to be sensitive. I remembered myself when I had my second child, being the same sex. Then, let me be specific, my second daughter. I was still healing. I just came back to the hospital. Someone close to me called me. And what she could tell me, "Oh, congratulations, you had a child. You have to pray." When you pray, the next child has to be a boy. You knew then with my cesarean operation. I'm just coming back from the hospital. Maybe she did not know I had a cesarean operation. Good and fine. But she called me to tell me this. But I was still trying to heal. Trying to heal from the pains of cesarean operation. Looking at the gift God has given to me. But what she could do was to call me and tell me to pray. So she's not appreciating the fact that God gave me life to fight and come out alive with my child. That she prayed to have a boy. She thought maybe she was doing me good to be. I have to pray. So I've never been praying in my past. You're now telling me to pray. She did not know what I was going through. This had happened around 3 years ago, but it's something I cannot just forget. So sometimes we have to be sensitive of when you drop these bombs to people. You might have forgotten what she told me. But when she told me that, you don't know that the person was still healing. I was in a process of recovering. She told me that. She told me that. It really hurt me. Will you want me to look down on that child? I do not need it then. There's sometimes you need to send an information, but there's time for everything. At that time, I need you to tell me, oh, you gave birth to a second princess. Oh, a great child. Yes. Then you leave it for them. Then maybe you can come back to me later after a very long time to now tell me the prayer area, but not immediately. I'm coming out to the gift God has given me. You're telling me this. You did not know what I was going through then. I was still on pains, I was still on scars in my body, trying to recover. You're telling me this. So a lot of times, we all have to be sensitive when we're telling people things because we don't really know what they're going through at every phase in life. Emotional, physical, spiritual, they are very down. People need a shoulder to lean on, telling them, yes, you can make it. Yes, you just gave birth to the breast child. Words of encouragement to go find the life of many people. Not to pull them down, not because we think we can always talk. It's not good. I remember that a friend, someone told her she was not having children. What someone would tell her, yeah, man. But you don't know that is how many fibroid operations has she had. And she even died almost in one of the fibroid operations. She has had how many series? They remove the fibroid, it will go back again. But she needs to come back to life, needs to believe in herself that she'll still be a mother. What you could tell her, are you sure you're even a woman? So people need to wake up and become sensitive. Wake up and not just trying always to criticize people or tear people down. Because I know that the Bible says that the tongue has power, the power of life and death in it. The tongue can make and the tongue can destroy. Even when it's relating to spouse, I know a lot of times when it has to do with husband and wife, maybe the wife tells the husband to do this, or the husband tells the wife to do this, and maybe the particular spouse did not do it like that. And something now happened, and maybe the spouse now failed. The first thing you say, yes, I told you, and it has happened. Sure, you have seen it. I said it. Then you do not need it. That spouse then do not need it. They just need that encouragement. Maybe when you notice that the spouse have healed, then you can now make references if it's necessary. But at that time, you do not need to bring up that criticism. I said it. If you have done it this way, if you have done what I said, or you did it that way, it would have been better. You do not need it. You don't need it. You don't need to say it. So reasons. Now I'm going to go to the reasons why we need to be sensitive in dealing with people. Because what I said, we do not know what they're going through. Some of them, they have gone through a lot. Maybe they have lost hope. Their mental state is zero. Their emotional state is zero at that time. They just need that shoulder. That's why I said the words of lean on me is just for a phase. So we need to be conscious because that's what those people need then. They don't need the backlash. They don't need tearing down. They don't need discouragement. They don't need what. Maybe even sometimes when some friends have made a terrible mistake in their marriage, and maybe you advise a friend not to go this way, and a friend went away and married that person, and the person is having so much problem around the marriage. You now say, yes, I told you not to marry that guy. If you have listened to me, you won't be suffering. That friend do not need that then. They need you to say, I'm here standing in a gap for you. So what do you want? Hear the person out. Be a listening ear, be a shoulder, because the person might be going through a lot. And some of those words you're going to tell the person either will worsen the situation. So we have to be sensitive. Number 2 reason why we have to be sensitive. It makes a lot of people go do the wrong things, make the wrong choices. Like the first analysis of what I said about the father who made his son take his life. The son made a very wrong choice, because taking your life is not the best option. But his father made him. Because father was thinking, oh, he's helping his son, criticizing his son. Some people, when you criticize them, you demoralize them. It tears them down. I don't think their thinking faculty, they're not thinking. They're just looking for the best way out. And most times they make wrong choices. Like, I know a lot of people, maybe when they are single and they really want to get married, and people are pushing them, especially parents, pushing them, go and get married. And they just see anybody, they just jump into the marriage because of distress, because of people talking to them. They just make bad and wrong choices. So let's allow them. Let's be that shoulder. Let's be cautious. So most time I always tell people, if you don't have anything reasonable to say, if you know you want to have criticism, always keep quiet. I remember then in my past, when I had some failures, maybe in my schoolwork, I always used to recommend my dad, because for no reason, he never condemned me. He never said, no, you failed, you're a failure, you did not make it, you're not intelligent, you're not bright. He never said it. And even I might be hurting, but he might be hurting as a parent. Maybe this child is not performing well or is not doing well, but he never said it out, which I thank God. So even as parents, when our children are not doing well, please, let's know when to keep quiet, when to tell them, I know you can, I know you do better next time, and just allow it. Do not condemn that child, because we do not own anybody's destiny. As parents, we should be very sensitive, not condemn our children when they are not doing well. We are caretakers to take care of them, not to talk them down, not to kill their self-esteem. So these children don't make bad choices, because as a parent, if you talk down on a child, you are pushing that child out. If you're not sensitive, you are pushing the child out to the wrong friends, to the wrong association, to the wrong influence. Even adults, when people talk to them, they make wrong choices. Then what do we now say about children? So number 3, I'm going to talk about number 3. And most of the time, when people talk down on people, it makes these people shut that door, get withdrawn. You notice when people are going through something, going through a phase, and instead of you to give them that shoulder, you go and discourage them, you criticize them, they withdraw. You just see them automatically, they withdraw from you. You start saying, what did I say wrong? This person just withdrew. Maybe something you said hurt that person, and the person just withdrew. The person just shuts the door of communication. So you have to find that. And if in my past, if I have a friend that maybe if I've said something wrong, and the person told me, maybe I did not say it at the right time, I'm always gonna say, sorry, I did not mean it this way. I don't want it to hurt you. I did not know it will hurt you, but I'm sorry. So people like that, it makes them withdraw. That's why some people, when they're going through a phase, maybe people have told them a lot of things, they become very cold and they withdraw from everybody. You just see them, they're just in a world of their own, always thinking. You'll be wondering what's in their head. But because of so many people have criticized them, you failed, you're a failure, you cannot amount to nothing, you have lost it, your mates have excelled, your mates have achieved this. It's not who that started the race first that ends the race. Because whenever I watch car race, I see a car moving very fast. Sometimes you see a car from nowhere will just come overtake the car that was. Then even along the way, you see some have accidents. They will fall off on the road. When you watch all these power bike race and cars, you understand what I'm saying? So nowhere, some people just fall out. From nowhere, someone from the back just from nowhere come and take over. So it does not mean that because of I'm not making it now, I cannot make it. So these people shut out. I remember the story of a lady who talked about, she said that, I remember growing up there, that she and her cousin were very close. And she was very intelligent. Her cousin was not to tell her about it, okay. So she said, we were very close. She wrote WAEC, she passed WAEC, she entered secondary school. And she wrote WAEC, she entered university. Her cousin did not make the WAEC the first year, the second year, the third year, 3 times. Her father will be comparing her to her cousin's father will be comparing the cousin to her. Can't you see? Oh, Mary is doing very well. She has entered university. The cousin, she was already in final year when the cousin entered first year. You can imagine what she's the really analyzing it was now this person that was doing well. She said you can imagine the stress, what the cousin went through those years of not making JAMB and WAEC to get the dream course of her choice, and she was already in her final year. The cousin entered. And she said she went for youth service, came out. First year, second year, third year, no job. She was now at home. The cousin came out. Even maybe without, maybe not even, her result was not like her own. Maybe she made a 2-1. The cousin came out with like a 2-2. The cousin secured a job. Say she was still at home, waiting for a job. The cousin came out, secured a job. After the cousin's youth service, secured a job. The cousin got married. The cousin had her first child. She had not gotten her job yet. She was not married. But she said to the glory of God, now she got married. But the cousin, there's sometimes in life, some people overtake. There's always the grace of overtaking. So we don't need to talk anybody down when they're going through a phase. Because it's just so, her cousin was just in a phase. And she overcame that phase. And she overtook her and moved. You said now she's not yet married, but she has gotten a job. But the cousin has a good job, happily married, and we had children. So we cannot foresee the future of anybody. So when people are going through a phase, we should always encourage them not to make them shut out. She said that if she was always talking down on her cousin then, or making her cousin feel little, maybe they won't be this close they were. But she said she kept on giving her cousin hope. You will make it, you'll get your dream. Because she said she kept a healthy relationship. That's why some friends, when they notice that they're doing better than you, they just automatically just cut you off. For no reason. If you did not quarrel with a friend, they just believe that we're not on the same pedigree, we're not on the same class anymore, and the parents just cut you off. But don't worry. It's not who that started the race ends the race. You can start the race and still be achieving it, but I'm still going to come. So I'm not going to end this that anybody going through a phase just needs a shoulder to lean on. Just needs a friend. Just needs a family, because their friends are turned into family who just are shoulders when you are just down at that phase. They need people they are sure of, people they can talk to, people that can give them words of assurance, words of affirmation that it's going to be all right, it's going to be well. So we need to be sensitive when dealing with everybody in life. Thank you very much for another day, Monday with Tea Talk with Oni. Thank you for watching. I would love to see your comments, like, share. Have a nice day. Bye.